Peace, family. Conjure Queen here. Happy full moon, everybody. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Today is the blood moon, super moon, lunar eclipse. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to be crazy. If you guys haven't seen the energy like affecting people already, I'm telling y'all, people all over my timeline been bugging out. People been like having like all types of like breakdowns on social media, putting all their feelings on blast. People be getting exposed. Like, I'm telling y'all, that veil is just getting ripped off of everybody's eyes. More people are waking up and seeing the truth of what it really is. But before we get started, I just want to shout out some people up in the chat room. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So let's see who's up in our building right now. All right, peace family. We got Larry Cobb, Instant Melanie Honey, Montezuma, Empress Daisy. Rudy is purple, Kimberly Orr, Kim, Purple Moonchild, Brenda Wright, Yolanda. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So I know that there's like a football game happening right now, and some people were saying that they wanted to watch the game and come back to this later, which is completely fine, because interestingly enough, the actual lunar eclipse starts at sometime tonight, like late tonight, like around like after 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It really depends on where you are in the world. So I would just say like check your time zone and see what time like that lunar eclipse you're going to be able to start to see it. They said that the lunar eclipse is going to be between tonight and going on to tomorrow, but the total lunar eclipse is actually going to be tomorrow. Right. So most people that's like in North America, South America will be able to see it. And this energy is going to be really powerful. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. So before we just jump along right into the ritual, I want to give you guys pretty much like a heads up of what this energy is all about, what to expect with this lunar eclipse, this super moon and blood moon. Like, it's a lot of energies happening right now, the different planetary bodies that's also affecting this blood moon. And why this is such a big time, because we have full moons every month, but people want to know what's so special about this lunar eclipse, and I'm going to break that down for you guys. Ashe. So let's get started. Ashe, and shout out to everybody who's in the building who made it to the ritual, taking the first big step in your transformation and growth. Ashe. So I'm gonna just, ooh, that flame going crazy. I got a candle lit right now in the background. I don't know if you guys can kind of like see the reflection from the light. But before we get started, let me know thumbs up if the audio is okay and the visual is okay before I just jump into the ritual. So I'm gonna go through the breakdown of what we're gonna get into step by step, like the outline, and then we're going to just jump along into it. So make sure that you have a pen and paper handy to write down notes. I am going to leave this video up and accessible to those who have the private link. And of course, you know, as you guys got the email, you have this link because obviously you had signed up and paid for the class or paid for the ritual, this workshop, right? So this workshop is going to be estimated to be about an hour long. Right. It's not going to be like 3 hours, 4 hours like our usual classes is, right? So this is a workshop. So it's more like a little bit different from the classes that we do, but you're going to see. Anyway, let me stop talking. Let me just get along into it. All right. Everybody says that the audio is good. The visual is good. Perfect. 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 Awesome. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, right? This class is the blood moon. This is going to be the blood moon ritual. You're here because you signed up for the blood moon ritual, right? The blood moon ritual is going to be from today, January 20th, until tomorrow, January 21st. Now, the energy has been affecting a lot of people already, but the actual lunar eclipse starts tonight, like around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And then going on to tomorrow is going to be the total lunar eclipse. And I'm going to explain why the moon looks red, right? It's all scientific, but we're going to break that down. Now, this is what we're going to do. The outline of this particular workshop is going to be as follows. First, we're going to be talking about the importance of this blood moon energy. We're going to go, and the second thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about setting and how to set clear intentions for magical purposes. How do we set clear intentions for this particular blood moon, right? And there's a reason why we're not doing a big, elaborate type of ritual. If you guys notice, the materials that I told you to get is very simple, you know, cost-effective things that you can grab from like your local grocery store or like your 99-cent store, supermarket. And some of the stuff we already have in our house, like sugar, a piece of paper, pen, things like that. And it's for a reason, because this power is going to be so, this energy is so powerful that you don't have to do much. And this is the secret. People tell you that you have to do a lot of stuff to get a certain result, and it's a lie. And they break in your pockets. And I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of the stuff, the magic is in you. It's not in these materials. And this lunar eclipse is about to show you guys that. Okay, so yeah, that's number 2, setting clear intentions for this blood moon, right? 3, we're going to go on to the cautions of, you know, doing rituals, because everything you're supposed to step into clear-headed with caution, and there's warnings, right? There's always caution and warnings whenever it comes to magic, whenever it comes to anything. Whenever you buy a product from the store, they always have like a caution label to it, right? A warning label. So same thing with rituals. We're going to go through that as well before we jump into the ritual itself. Then excuse me, 4, how magic can affect your life, right? So how, like, what to expect after doing this ritual. How is this ritual going to affect you? What signs or whatever you need to look for, because people are always curious and inquisitive, like, you know, how do I know it's working? You know, did I do it right? Things like that. I'm going to pretty much break it down and explain to you guys like how this magic is going to affect you. Okay, now 5 is when, after we go through all of that, the, you know, the preliminaries and explaining everything, we're going to jump along into the ritual, hands-on ritual. I'm going to show you guys like step by step what to do, what materials you need, and everything like that. So that way you can either choose to do the ritual with me now at this moment, or you can just watch, set everything up. And then we'll be able, you can do the ritual later on tonight, or you can do it tomorrow during the total eclipse. It's completely up to you. That's why I was letting everybody know, like, don't go so crazy about like if you can't make it because you got to watch the game, or you got to watch your kids, or you got to go to work. Like, it's fine, because that energy is going to be powerful from like right now up until tomorrow. So like today until like towards the end of tomorrow evening. Okay. And then after the ritual, I'm going to open up the lines and look in the chat room or whatever, and we're going to do some Q&A, answering questions. And I'm also going to give you guys some resources on as far as like following up with the class, and also how to find more information to learn more about moon magic, lunar eclipses, learning your moon sign, learning what phase the moon is in, how to plan your rituals and your spells accordingly, based upon the planetary outlines and stuff like that. Okay, so cool. All right, we good? We good. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I wrote some things down, and I hope you guys are going to be taking notes too, because you know, I mean, unless you don't like to take notes, but I want you more so to pay attention, absorb the information. Don't be so busy writing where you're missing points. Like I said, you can always watch this over, but let's get along into it. So let me just scroll this down a little bit. Okay, so we are 7 minutes in. All right. Yeah, I gotta forgive me. I'm coming over like a little cold. So if I sound, my voice sound a little raspy, that's because why. Okay, so first things first. The importance of this blood moon, right? What is so special about this blood moon? Why is everybody talking about it? Why are we seeing it all over our timeline? You know, there's a lot of mixed things that's being said about this blood moon. And one thing that I'm going to say is a lot of, you know, religious people, Christians, say that prophecy says that when the moon turns red, it's an omen of bad luck, right? There was a lot of people who was DMing me, emailing me, saying, Contra Queen, I was told that, you know, we're not supposed to do blood rituals. We're not supposed to do rituals during a blood moon because bad things happen. We're not supposed to, because the portal is open for evil spirits. And I kind of want to just let you guys know something. Whenever they tell you that you're not supposed to do something at a certain time, or they try to scare you away, that means that that's a very powerful time where you want to harness that energy. And all of my subscribers, all of my students, y'all already know that we are master alchemists, which means that we can change any type of energy to benefit us, to work for us. So we got to ask ourselves, who is this blood moon really going to affect in a negative way, right? Because there's an omen in a Babylonian text. They said that during the time of like the rule of Enlil. If y'all guys know the story of Enlil and Enki, I would definitely recommend that you look that up. It's called the Forbidden Book of Enki or something like that. The Lost Book of Enki. Check that out. But one of the Babylonian texts said about Enlil, it says that whenever the blood moon would rise, it predicted an omen that the ruling king would die, right? So the ruling king, it was like a omen that whoever was in charge, whether it was a king or whatever, that impended, that was an omen that they was about to die or something bad was about to happen to those in power. Okay, now I hope y'all following me here. Now, if y'all paid attention to what's been going on, if anybody's been watching this social media thread or watching the news or whatever, you've been hearing a lot of people talk about the government shutdown. A lot of city workers, federal workers have not been getting paid. A lot of stuff been happening. And I feel like this government that people been honoring and having on a high pedestal has been dying. And what is this blood moon representing? Endings of what? Rulerships. Okay. So it's not us that need to be afraid of this power. Honestly, this power, this blood moon lunar eclipse ritual is going to empower the people, power us, empower the meek. And they say that the meek shall inherit the earth. Oh yeah, honey, that time is now. And this is why I really stress the fact that you want to utilize this energy to not have fear in your heart. That's why they're trying to make you afraid. That's why they're creating panic. That's why all this R. Kelly crap is coming out, is to throw you off, because they're trying to distract you from all of this energy that's hitting the planet right now. There's a lot of stuff happening. So first of all, let me not get ahead of myself. But that was one of the omens. The Babylonian book believed that the blood moon foretold the ruling king's death. So I'm not saying that somebody, the president going to die, but they did say that, the Simpsons had an episode where they said that Trump was killed. And I'm just telling y'all, like, even in the Illuminati cards, like, if you guys ever heard about the Illuminati cards, like, they was talking about that too. But we're not going to get into that, okay, because that's a whole nother segment within itself. But back to the lunar eclipse. So a lot of people say that the lunar eclipse is for releasing, for letting things go, right? The lunar eclipse, let me tell you exactly what it is. The way that the lunar eclipse, the reason why it looks red is because you have the sun, you have the earth in the middle, and then you have the moon on the other side. So you have the earth in the center of the sun and the moon. And both of these energies are hitting the planet at the same time. And the thing is, when Earth, as we're in the northern hemisphere, the Earth is slightly tilted, right? The Earth isn't just like up and down vertical. It's slightly tilted. And the poles have been kind of like crazy lately. That's why we've been having weird weather. It's been extremely hot and extremely cold, and a lot of weird stuff been happening, earthquakes and tsunamis, a whole bunch of stuff, because the poles has been shaking. Now, when the earth is tilted, it's tilted closer to the moon, so the moon looks bigger. We're slightly closer to that lunar energy, so that means that that lunar body is affecting us strongly than what it normally would. And for those who already took my moon magic class, you probably already know, because we spoke about this. That's why I kind of advise everybody to tune into the Moon Magic 101 class prior to this ritual, so you can have a broader understanding. You can still go back and watch it after this ritual. That's fine. But one thing that I will say is that the moon represents emotions. It represents psychic ability. It represents intuition. It represents the great goddess, the feminine energy, the divine feminine. It represents family, motherhood, right? Domestication. It deals with spirituality. It deals with a lot of things, the Akashic records. Like Jehudi is the moon god. People may not know that, but he deals a lot with like magic, the occult, the hidden. Things that are hidden are now being revealed, right? The moon is currently in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is going to shift into Leo tonight. So it's going to be like that little transition period sometime like in this evening, but then tonight, like around 9 to 10 o'clock, depending on where you are in the world. That's why I said check out your time zone. They'll tell you, get that app, the moon app, right? You could download that. It's free. They'll tell you what time that the moon is going to shift into what sign and where and when and all of that other stuff. But right now, the full moon is in Cancer. And that's why a lot of people been in their feelings. A lot of people been putting all of their feelings on Front Street. You've been seeing everybody pour out their heart on social media, talking about their love life, their family life, and their friends and their relationships and all their personal issues. That's what this Cancer full moon is doing. And then a lunar eclipse is enhancing it more. So the fact that you got the earth in between the sun and in between the you got the earth in between the sun and the moon. The reason why the moon looks red is because the sun is hitting the shadow of the earth at a certain angle, and then that shadow hits the moon. So it looks red. Like when we have a sunset, right? The sunset looks reddish. That's the atmosphere. That's the shadow that we're seeing from the earth's atmosphere. So that's another thing. The lunar eclipse can be about releasing and letting go, but I don't want us to get so caught up on that, because the ritual that we're going to do is more so about sweetening us, right? Sweetening everything around us is more about, it's going to be for attracting, it's going to be for enhancing, right? You can do releasing if you want to, but the reason why I really want to stress that this is the time where you want to attract and magnify is because this lunar eclipse that's happening, we're not going to see a total lunar eclipse until like 2022. Yep, not until 2022. But the next one, the next total lunar eclipse is going to be 2021, but we're not going to be able to see it visibly in the north, like North America, until 2022. So this is the time where you want to expect big miracles. This is why I was talking about that on my Instagram feed. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's I Am Conjure Queen. So follow me. I was pretty much talking about this lunar eclipse and why this time is like the time of miracles. And that's why we're going to do this ritual for manifestation. So you don't really want to repel things at this time. We can do that next new moon or next full moon. This full moon, you want to focus on magnetizing, attracting, sweetening your energy, making money sweet to you, making love sweet to you, making life sweet to you, making relationships, friendships sweet to you. And that's what we're going to do in this ritual coming up. And I'm going to show y'all in a second. The lunar eclipse is about opening up new doors, new gateways, new journeys, right? So opening up a new chapter in your life. There's a new paradigm shift that's happening right now. And a lot of people are waking up to their purpose, to their cause. And this is why the enemy is so hard on you right now, is because they're trying to distract you. They're trying to bring you depression. Whatever you focus on, listen, this is very important. Whatever you focus on at this time, understand that you're enhancing that. So you want to avoid confrontation. Try to avoid fights. People around you are going to be very irritable. People are going to be very emotional. People are going to be moody. Exes are going to be hitting you up. Because remember, all of the planets are direct right now. So that's Mercury, that's Venus, that's Jupiter, that's Mars. That's all of the planets are direct. No planets are retrograde. Okay? The next planet that's going to be retrograde is sometime in March. Okay? This is how powerful this time is. And I'm getting excited because it's like, yo, some people was underestimating this power. The mind is all. We're going to get into that. Oof, let me step back because I'm skipping steps. Okay. Now, boom. Where we at? Okay. So this everybody's saying that this lunar eclipse is going to represent endings, the end of the world. Oh my God, the end of the world is here. It's an omen. You know, the Jesus Christ is coming. The beast from the pit of hell is coming. The end of the world. Like, listen, this is why they're trying to scare you. Remember what I said. Whatever you focus on, not just mentally, but emotionally, is what you feel in your heart. Because your imagination, your mind is what directs. It's like the steering wheel to where you're trying to focus your concentration, your energy. But your feelings is what fuels it. You get me? Like, you can have a car, but if you don't got no gas, you ain't going nowhere, right? So if you're in a car, let's use the analogy of a car. In a car, the steering wheel is your mind, but in the gas tank is your feelings. So the more you feel, whatever it is you're feeling, whether it's love, depression, joy, anger, happiness, whatever, that's what's fueling you right now. That's what's fueling your intentions. So be mindful of it. Like, lately, a lot of people have been trying to get on my nerve too. I'm a Cancer, trust me. Like, my emotions be really strong, and it takes a lot of discipline for me to not react. Like, I have to tell myself, like, okay, that's triggering me. And it takes practice, because we all have our certain triggers. But once you realize what that trigger is, you'll be more in control rather than allowing other people to press your buttons when they want to press your buttons, right? So you probably noticed too that a lot of your loved ones or people around you or even strangers been kind of like trying to push your buttons, get on your nerve, irritate you. You got to learn how to step away from that. Try not to even get pulled into that. You got to separate yourself and be like, okay, I choose not to be a part of this negativity. Even if you got to isolate yourself at home and not go out, like whatever you got to do to get you focused, get into your own world, your universe, do that. Okay, because this is a really powerful time right now. You don't want to get yourself tangled up in other people's drama. You don't want to get yourself tangled up into R. Kelly's drama. You don't want to get tangled up into Trump's drama. You don't want to get tangled up into all of these celebrity gossip drama that's happening right now. It's a lot of stuff happening right now. Okay, so they said that the apocalypse is happening. Yeah, the paradigm shift is happening right now. The paradigm shift is happening right now. And the funny thing is, people saying it's the end of the world, and I'm happy because it's the end of what world? Okay, it's the end of that old paradigm, that old control, like everybody's under the government's control. That is ending, and that's why they said that the blood moon represents the ending of that. So they're the ones that's scared, but they're trying to shift the focus right now and make us feel like we need to be scared of this, and it's not. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like all of that fear, let it go right now. So before we start this ritual, you want to release that, let it go, and know that this is a powerful time for you. This is a time of miracles. There's no resistance right now. Imagine there being like a genie in front of you saying, yo, your wish is my command. Whatever you want, you can have it. No tricks, nothing behind. Like there's no tricks, there's no scams, nothing. Like you can have whatever. That's what it is. That's how powerful this energy is right now. The universe is receptive. The paradigm shift is here. This lunar eclipse is bringing a deeper understanding, and it's also evolving the minds, the bodies, and the spirits of people, which is why it's time where some people have been getting sick lately. Like you'll notice ascension symptoms. Like you may feel nauseous with eating certain foods. Some people have been saying they've been having flu-like symptoms. Like I know it's flu season, but they said that they don't have the flu, but they feel like they got chills, or they feel like their body is shifting. Certain foods that they eat, they can't stomach it anymore. Like their senses have been stronger, like they can smell certain things, or their taste is stronger, or they can hear, higher frequencies, higher octaves. Like it's just different. They just said their body feel like it's going through changes, right? So like any woman that's ever been pregnant before and you have a change, it's like it's hard to describe the changes that you're going through because you've never been through it before, and you can only go through it if you've been pregnant. It's kind of like one of those things you can't really explain. You got to go through it to understand. So anybody who's been tapping into this lunar energy, you probably already feel it, especially if like you're an empath or a water sign, or you have cancer somewhere in your chart. Okay. But most of all, this full moon, we got to realize that this full moons illuminate. Full moon bring things to a climax. Full moon is like the big show. Like everything is like the climax. So like when that movie is like everything is building up till you hit that peak. And then like we're at that peak right now. So the universe is like, okay, what do you want? All of the energy is right here. Tell me what you want and we will give it for you. Like we'll do it for you. Ancestors is here. That portal is open. Full moons represents like that spiritual communication. Right? And then on top of that, this is the time that you want to focus on your emotions. Whether it's like you want to focus on like having happier feelings, learning to love yourself more, learning to be more having more gratitude, being more at peace, not being so easily disturbed in your emotions, being still, right? Intimate relationships. You want to focus on your intimate relationships, people around you, people that you talk to on a daily basis. Home and family. Right? Home, not just dealing with the house that you live in, but your first home is your body. Your soul lives inside this. So you got to take care of your health. All of this is dealing with this lunar eclipse right now, bringing it to the forefront. Now, this is going to have a strong effect on your personal life. And I'm going to tell you one thing. All of the planets are direct, and I'm going to tell you what each planet is going to do. And pay attention because we're going to be utilizing all of these planets in this ritual that we're about to do in a couple of minutes, right? So we in 24 minutes. Okay. Mercury, right? Mercury is the planet of intellect. Mercury is the planet of speech, thought, the mind. mental memories, things that go on inside of our head, right? So now that Mercury is direct, that means that our thinking is quicker. We're clever, we're smart, like we're able to recall things more quickly. We're able to think faster. We're on our toes, like we can easily maneuver ourselves out of any problems, which is excellent. Then you got Venus, which is the planet of love, right? Feelings. This deals with love, emotions, passion, sex, money, wealth, things like that. What do you love to do? What is it that brings you desire? So the fact that Venus is direct, there's no resistance when it comes to love spells. There's no resistance when it comes to beauty or glamour spells. There's no resistance when it comes to like getting success and fortune and stuff like that. Because Venus deals with all of those things, the matters of the heart. What are you passionate about? What is it that you love? If you've been putting your passions on hold to, let's say, pursue a job that pays the bills, now is the time when you want to kind of focus back on whatever you used to be passionate about, whether it's music, art, dancing, doing real estate, whatever it is that brings you joy. You want to focus on that. And you can actually, the universe is working for you to bring that into manifestation. So focus on that, because miracles are possible at this time. Jupiter is one of the biggest, largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter deals with luck, right? Prosperity, business, fortune. Jupiter deals with also generosity, wealth, success. So if you've been doing this is a good time for money spells, work spells, better business. If you've been starting a business or thinking about starting a business, now is the time. This ritual, you can put all of that intention to sweeten up your business, to sweeten up money, to sweeten up your success life, whatever it is. This is the perfect time to do so. Okay. And I see some people writing questions in the chat room. We're going to get to the questions a little bit after, because I just want to, keep everything in a certain timeline to get all the information out. Okay, so I'm going to get to your questions soon. All right, where are we? Mars is also direct. So Mars is what? The planet of war, but it's also the planet of the divine masculine energy. It deals with energy, sex, vitality, health, physicality, lust, strength, and pretty much things that deals with the physicality of health and stuff like that. So let's say, for instance, if you want to do health spells, or if you've been feeling really fatigued or tired, or if you've been feeling kind of scared, this is the time to do that. Mars energy being direct is the time to do courage spells, to give you courage to overcome your fears, to do protection, things like that, to pretty much boost up your confidence. This is the perfect time to do that with Mars being direct. Then we got, of course, the moon, as I already said, emotions, feelings, nostalgic memories, family, spirituality, intuition, and water. So you have the moon being full right now, dealing with that lunar energy. You may start to feel certain ways about nostalgia, or certain childhood things may come up, but this is part of the healing process. Like I said, everything's just coming to a head. Everything's coming to a climax, but don't allow your emotions to supersede you. This is where it comes to self-discipline, right? Those who have self-discipline are going to have an easier time than those who do not with this lunar energy and the planets being direct. Okay. All right. So we're about to get into the ritual in a few moments, but before we do that, let me just make sure I covered everything else. So now that you understand that the planets are going to be direct, now you have a better understanding of what energies are we really working with here. Okay. The reason why I wanted to break this down is so that you guys won't just jump into the ritual, without any clear intentions, without really knowing and understanding what you're dealing with. It's my responsibility to tell you guys what you're dealing with, what type of energies we're working with, so that way you can put two and two together and say, okay, you know what, I can use this Venus energy to get the love life I always wanted, or I can use this lunar energy to start the family I always wanted, or I can use the Jupiter planetary energies to get that business started, to get my money, to pay off those debts, whatever it is. This is the time, so you know what you're dealing with here. Okay. But yeah, you want to set clear intentions before we start into this ritual. So you want to avoid arguments and confrontations, because anger distracts your focus. Anger distracts your concentration. you have to be concentrated when doing rituals. You got to see it in your mind's eye what you want, and you got to see it as it's happening now. Spirits don't understand past or the future. They only understand the present tense. So we got to speak in present tense. We got to visualize whatever it is that we want. We already got it, right? Speak as though it's here, and you shall see it happen. Okay. Who else has been in here, been noticing that whatever they've been thinking, like they've been noticing manifestation instantly? Like you could think about a person and they'll call you, or you could be thinking about, you know what, I want to start getting back into acting class. The next thing you know, you'll see an advertisement about like recruiting new actors or casting calls. Like I'm telling you, the universe is listening. Everything is intelligent. The universe is intelligent, and I think some people underestimate that. Like they don't realize how powerful it is. But you got to realize your power. Okay, creating vision boards is a really good way to set your intention. So like what we're about to do right now, you're going to write down your intention. You're going to write it in present form, right? And the reason why we write things down is to take it from the invisible world, which is in our mind, and into the physical world, which is here, 3D. When you do that, you don't understand. When you do that, you're literally creating a spell when you write things down. Right? Like you could say, I am a successful businesswoman. You can say it in your head all you want to, but if you write that down and you see that every day, you know what I'm saying? I am a millionaire. I am a beautiful wife. I am a successful businessman. Like I am, I have multiple streams of income. Like whatever it is, you got to say, I am, I have. Like it is now, it is done. Like it was, it is, it shall be. Like past, present, future is here right now. Okay, and we're going to get into that. I'm going to give y'all the wording as I'm going into the ritual step by step, showing y'all the setup. Okay, and also cautions. Right now, we're going to get into the cautions. Before we get into the ritual, please pay attention to the warnings and the cautions. One thing that you want to do before we start the ritual, any ritual, you want to always cleanse your space. You want to make sure that you are in a good state of mind. You are emotionally balanced. So you don't want to jump into a ritual right after having a fight, right? You don't want to jump into a ritual right after having sex, right? Unless it's a sex magic ritual, that's different. But if that's not your intention, then you got to be careful of like other people's energy being on you or affecting you in some way. Okay, so always cleanse your space to ward off unwanted energies, because when you're doing rituals, you kind of opening up a portal for spirits to help you, but you want to set the intentions and saying, look, I only want spirits of my greatest good, like my ancestors who want to help me, bless me, whatever. Those are the spirits that I call. That's why I always pray before I jump into my rituals. If anybody ever did rituals with me, always say prayers. You don't just jump along into it. Some people do. I can't tell you how to do y'all thing. But for me, I noticed that when I pray, it raises my vibration, it sets my intentions, and it also lets the spirits around me know what time it is. So I'm like, look, this is what we're about to do. This is what we're doing. This is what I need you to do for me. Point blank, period. I set everything out for them so they know what to get started on. There's no confusion. They already know, right? So also be careful with who you tell your intentions to. Right? You ever heard that saying when we were kids and they say make a wish before you blow out the candle, but you're not supposed to tell anybody what your wish is unless it won't come true? So don't tell anybody who doesn't, I would say don't tell anybody what your wish is, what your intention is, until you get what you want, right? Like let's say, for instance, you want to get that job. You get the interview. Don't tell anybody, oh, I got an interview coming up. Don't speak about it. Until you get that job, you're secure, you sign those papers, the contract, signed, still delivered, and you're in, your foot is in the door, then you could be like, oh, by the way, yeah, I had cast a spell to do X, Y, and Z, and it manifested in what, a couple of weeks. Okay, so that way it's too late for them to throw any bad juju on your ritual, on your magic, because it already solidified. You took it from the mental realm and it already materialized into the physical. So there's nothing they really could do about it, right? Once it manifests into the physical, it's not much a person can do unless they trying to do something to block your blessings after that, like doing magic. But that's a whole nother segment. That's more so we deal with spiritual attack and psychic defense. When I did a class on that too. So I would definitely recommend checking that out when you guys get a chance. If you do feel like somebody may be intentionally trying to send bad juju your way, which is really rare, but it does happen to a lot of people in the occult world. So if you know, a well-known bruja, or you people know that you practice, like you could have some secret enemies that may be trying to block your success and your abundance and your third eye. Okay. And another thing that I would say is to be patient, right? So patience is key. Be patient. Don't doubt yourself. Okay. Doubt sabotages your magic. When I say be patient, like for instance, don't do a spell and then expect for it to manifest the same day or tomorrow or the next day. You got to be patient. The best thing that I notice is when I'll do a spell and I forget about it. Like I'll do a quick little money spell and I'll finish it off or whatever. I'll dispose of the remains and I completely forget until I remember probably something will happen that week where I'll probably get like, extra donations or like more clients will come contact me or a new opportunity will present itself to me. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that money ritual about a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how magic works. Even if you do a love spell, a glamour spell, a sex spell to make you more magnetic, charming, attractive, you may forget and wonder why, like everywhere you go, why men or women are like staring at you down the street, like who is that? What is that? Like, like people flirting with you a little bit more. You be like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that love spell. Like I forgot I did that attraction spell. So that's the key to it. Like don't be impatient. Do the spell, do the ritual, and forget about it. Forget about it. Don't obsess about it. Don't keep going back and looking and timing and looking at the clock and writing it off on your calendar. Don't do that because now you're working against your magic. Okay, nobody's working against it but you now because you're doubting yourself because you got to keep double checking. You got to have faith. You got to be like, yo, I know it's going to manifest. You feel me? If your job, if you go to work or whatever, and your job send you and say, look, we're going to pay you, you know what I'm saying, $700 for this week. Do you doubt your job going to send that check to you? Do you doubt that you're going to see that check in the bank by Friday? Do you doubt that? Like you're going to see that check, you're going to see it clear because you have faith in your employer, right? So you should have faith in your magic like that. Like, yo, I deposited this energy into the spell. I said what I had to say, and I know that I'm going to get the results. I know that energy, that check or whatever is going to manifest, going to clear, and I ain't worried about it. When it is, it don't matter when. I know it's going to happen. You got to be confident in your shit. When you confident in your shit and the universe be like, okay, well, that's one cocky mofo right there. I like her or I like him. You know what? Let's speed things up because she has no doubt. Then they're going to speed it up for you. Okay. And don't obsess over everything. Like that was pretty much what I just said, but don't obsess. Like don't obsess over it. Don't keep going crazy about it. Leave it alone. Let it go. Don't doubt yourself. Know that you got it. Don't sabotage your magic. Okay. Now, the last thing is this. How magic can change your life. This blood moon eclipse is going to change your life. It's creating miracles. And now, however you handle this energy is completely and utterly up to you, how you want to handle it. Now, look, magic is powerful. Magic is powerful. This is why so many people want to make you afraid of it. This is why they demonize magic. This is why the church tells you leave magic alone. You get me? People, the priests, the pastors, the freaking all of them, they into the occult. This is how they got the masses under control. They got everybody under a spell. But the ones that's not under a spell is us because we already know that we are magic. We have magic. Magic is back. Like, oh my God. If y'all ever seen that show Once Upon a Time when magic came back, like that's how I feel right now. Like I feel like this lunar eclipse is opening up the portal for magic to come back. And people are going to start seeing things like cross-dimensional beings are going to be coming through. Y'all going to start seeing some shit. Like, ooh, y'all going to see more UFO sightings. Y'all going to see way more videos and things of people seeing things that are not human or not normal. More new creatures surfacing from the seas. It's going to be a lot of stuff. I'm telling y'all. So, magic starts with the mind. This lunar eclipse, everything is mental. The mind is all is mind. So we know that if all is mind, you have to be in control of your mental thoughts. After you do this ritual, be mindful. The ritual doesn't stop when the candles go out. It doesn't stop when you bury your stuff. No, it's ongoing until you get what you get. So you're still manifesting after the spell is done. That's why you just got to have a positive state of mind, like an expectation. Like, I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to be like, all right, it's coming. When? It's not my business, but I know it's coming. I did my part. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm just going to follow spirit that's going to guide me to where I need to go. I asked for a job. That job is coming. When? I don't know how, but I know it's going to come in an unexpected way. Okay, I asked for a relationship. I asked to, you know, repair the relationship with my ex, or, you know, with my child's father, so we could be a happy family again. You know, as long as that relationship is healthy for you, the universe will help you out. You get me? So you gotta set your intentions and know what you want and keep that clear mind like it's coming. And don't sabotage yourself. Like I said before, magic starts with the mind. All is mental. Negative thoughts breed negative living conditions. If you are a negative person, you always speaking negative, you always talking negative about other people, that's the reason why your life is so messed up now. You have to shift your thinking. This lunar eclipse is opening up the new paradigm, new shift to materialization of thoughts, faster manifestation. As soon as you think of a negative thought, you have to switch it to something positive, or get yourself out of that low mood. Play some music, dance, go out, go for a walk, ground yourself, whatever you got to do, because that is poisonous. Don't poison your own mind. Okay, so overall, we pretty much went through all of that. Now we are going to get into the ritual, because we already like 30 minutes in. So boom, 40 minutes in. All right, family. So are you guys ready for this ritual? Ashe, ashe, ashe. So get yourselves together, have your materials ready. So what you need to have is tell you right now. You need to have your 4 candles. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Pull it up. Because I don't want to talk your ear off, but, you know, I just had to give y'all the little disclaimers and everything and let y'all know what to expect. Hold on. There we go. All right. So you need your 4 small, 4 white tea light candles, right? Or you can use the birthday candles, which is fine. Because you want something that's going to be small. That's not going to burn forever. Hold on 1 second. I am still here, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to set up everything so you guys can have a close-up view of the ritual, and I'm going to show y'all step by step. So take this time to gather your materials, your sugar, your white candles, your carnation flowers, your piece of paper, and your pen. Ashe. Okay. Alrighty. I'm about to turn the camera back on, and we're going to get started. Where you guys at? You guys still with me? Hold on, let me angle this down. I'm trying to see this. Hold on. All right. I'm doing a little demonstration here of what you should have. So look, so this is how you guys are going to set it up. As you guys can see, I got me a little fireproof plate here, cookie sheet here. You can use a plate, you can use a cookie sheet. Pretty much the point of it is, the point of it is, wait, do y'all hear my audio? Okay, yeah, my audio's on, good. The point of it is, you want it to be something that's not going to create a fire, because I don't want y'all saying, Conjure Queen, you made me burn my house down. Nope, no, I didn't. I told you fireproof, heat-proof plate. So there you go. Now, this is the materials that you need, right? You need your 4 candles, birthday candles or tea lights, as you can see. You're going to put it in a square-like position, and there's a reason for that, okay? This is the reason. 2 in front, 2 in back. And in the center is going to be a petition paper. Whatever you write on that. So you want to take some time to write down your petition. Like I said, you know, you guys can do it now. You guys can do it later tonight. You guys can do it tomorrow. That energy is still powerful. Some people, like myself, I like to build up the energy as it goes. So the energy is building up right now, right? Like the total lunar eclipse actually starts tomorrow, like going from tonight until tomorrow. But me, I like to build up that energy. So it's kind of like building momentum, getting more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. So anyway, write your petition on the paper, right? You're going to write your petition. So while you're doing that, you know, if you already wrote your petition, what I like to do is put some spiritual water. This is Kananga water. I use a little bit of this, or you could use Florida water. You don't need this, but I just like to put some on because I like the way it smells. I put some on my chest, on my neck, on the back of my head, and all that good stuff. Yeah, and I got my little ankh on for protection. I always have my protection on when I'm doing group rituals. You feel me? And, you know, let me just say something, too. Somebody asked me a really good question, and I'm lighting some Palo Santo while I'm talking, y'all. So Palo Santo is to purify the space. You can use sage. If you don't have sage or Palo Santo, you can use a tobacco, a cigar, blow smoke. If you don't have that, just visualize yourself cleansing your space. Right? Get a bottle of some salt water, some sea salt, mix some water in it, a little lime juice, and spray it around the area. You got to use what you got. Right? So there we go. I'm just cleansing the space, cleansing myself. So this is called smudging. When you light incense and you cleanse your space around, right? We do this so that we are cleansing the energy. Even though we can't see it, the spiritual realm is here. The spirits are here. And when they see you cleansing the space, they know that it's time, like a ritual is about to start, right? Like, okay, she's cleansing, so she's about to do some type of ritual. So let's stand around and see what she want to do. That's what you're doing. You're opening up the space, right? So as you're doing that, oh yeah, back to what I was saying. So the ritual, somebody said, Conscious Queen, you know, if you're doing a group ritual, does that open you up to like everybody else's issues because we're doing it together? Like, does that make you susceptible to somebody else's like misfortune? If somebody doesn't cleanse themselves or somebody has bad intentions, can that ruin the ritual for, you know, each individual? And I want to say no. For the simple fact, we are not feeding off of each other's energy. That's not what's happening right now. What's happening is that everybody has their own intention, right? Like a ritual where we're feeding off each other's energy is if, let's say, for instance, we're a coven, right? And I said, look, you know, John Doe, we all going to focus on one intention to help John Doe get this job, right? We're all putting our energy into one intention. Then all of our consciousness are linked. But if we all have different intentions, different focuses, you know, my intention is not going to, you know, coincide with yours, or it's not going to ricochet with somebody else's. Like, we're just all doing this together, like as a family setting, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like a step-by-step guide and teach type thing. I hope that, so that should like kind of like eliminate any type of fears about doing rituals with people and stuff like that. Now, I do want to give you caution though, like don't just go to any type of like meetup event and do public rituals, because that's different. Like, you know, if you don't know that person and the person's telling you, oh, you know, give me a piece of your hair or something like that, don't do nothing like that. And speaking of hair, if you guys want, you know, usually this is the setup that I'm doing right now. It's a Native American setup. So, you know, Native American spirituality, we believe that the four corners of the universe, the four elements, number four is very powerful. And that's the energy that we're going to use right now. So I'm just going to put that there. So look, so you wrote your intention. You're going to get your red carnation, right? So I have like a whole little bouquet of flowers over here next to me, but you want to just take the head off of the flower, you know, try to be as gentle as you can because flowers are alive. But, you know, just twist it off, thank the flower for its essence, and you're going to put it right on top you're going to put it right on top of your intention. Okay, so you wrote your intention down. You're going to light the flower. Light the flower. You're going to put it down. You already cleansed your area, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to say a little prayer. So, you know, your ancestors are around. You cleanse the space. You supposedly supposed to be praying while you was cleansing, right? I was praying while I was cleansing and talking to y'all. But like I said, I'm showing y'all. So, yeah. So anyway, I got my cigar here. You guys don't need a cigar, but this is my little cigar I had on my altar, my ancestors. I like to smoke tobacco when I do my rituals because tobacco has a commanding effect, and the spirits love the smell of tobacco, right? So anyway, I'm just going to give y'all an idea of a prayer, right? So let's get into it. All right. So you got all of your stuff together. Got your sugar, candles, paper, pen, roses, everything. All right. Awesome. All right. So you want to take them before you get started. You want to just ground yourself. Make sure you don't have no shoes on, anything with like rubber at the soles of your feet, because this cuts off the energy connection from the earth onto you. So you want to just imagine that there being a connection, like a white light coming from, like, you know, the top of the universe going into the crown of your head. And you want to also imagine like a light coming from like the core of the earth up into like through your feet into your root chakra. So it's all like there's energy coming from below, and then there's energy coming down. So you got the cosmic energy and the earth energy coming onto you. Ashe. Now, once you find yourself in a really grounded place, when you feel mellow, when you feel concentrated, and you feel good, like, all right, it's time to start. That's when you want to get the sugar, right? Because you could smoke the tobacco over the sugar, or you could just spray it around. So what you want to do is you're taking the sugar and you're going to start within first and work your way out, right? So you see I'm putting the sugar around. What this is doing is symbolically saying, you know, may the sugar sweeten up my life. So whatever your petition may be, you could write on there like, you know, I Jane Doe am successful. I am sweet in all of my ways. I am covered in sweetness. My life around me is sweet. I am surrounded by sweetness. I am covered in sweetness. My love life is sweet. Ashe, my family is sweet to me. My friends are sweet to me. My boss is sweet to me. Everything that I touch is sweet, right? So then you're working your way out. So it's like you covering it now. You're going around the candles. And it's a reason why you want to do this before you light it, right? You setting the stage before you light it. Everything that you do has intention, right? The sugar represents sweetness. The sugar represents the sweetness covering you. Now, the red carnations enhance the power of your ritual. This is why you want to have carnations on your altar. I always say have carnations on like your ritual altar or your ancestor altar, because it enhances the power. And the red carnation represents energy, the red blood moon, right? The blood of the universe, the blood of the earth. So now we got the candles represents the 4 directions, right? North, west, east, south. So you're gonna light it now. Ashe. Spirit of the north, spirit of the east, the west, and the south. Spirit of the 4 directions, spirit of the 4 winds, guardians, 4 guardians of the corners of the 4 universe. Ashe. The 4 corners of the universe, placing me at the center. I am surrounded and I am protected from all evil and harm. And may the guardians of the gateways, the guardians of the 4 directions, the guardians of the 4 winds, the guardians of the 4 elements, spirit of fire, spirit of water, spirit of earth, and spirit of air, may you surround me and bless me in all of my ways. Ashe. And any of all directions, may sweetness come unto me. Ashe. And it's a reason why you say that. You say that because no matter where you go, no matter where you turn, good things will always come to you, and nothing and no one can interact with that, because the guardians of the 4 corners are in favor of you. May the spirits of the guardians of the gateways be sweet unto me. Ashe. And when you're saying that, you know, you could also like sprinkle a little bit of the sugar in the candles, as you're going around, and you want to go clockwise because clockwise brings things in. And you're just covering yourself. I surround myself with sweetness. I surround myself with sweetness. I surround myself with sweetness and goodness. Ashe. May the power of this lunar eclipse empower me, and may all of my dreams and manifestations come into me as I see it so. So it was, so it is, so it shall be. All of things that I require, all of the things that I need, all the things that I want, may they be gifted unto me, and may miracles be blessed upon me. Now, I'm just saying this, you guys can put your own prayer, your own words unto it, but this is just giving you an idea of what to say when you're going into your ritual. Okay? And you imagine, and while you're focusing, while the candles are lit, you want to let the candles burn all the way down. You don't want to blow them out. Okay? That's why we have the short candles, the little candles. Tea lights go out in about like an hour or probably less. Birthday candles probably go out in like an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, depending on the type of birthday candles. Short little ones go out quick. So you want to take the time. You don't got to sit in front of it the whole time, but at least sit there at least like a good 15 minutes. Concentrating on what it is that you want, right? See it happening right now. This is sacred geometry, where the square actually contains everything therein. So it's like this is you, and you're creating a parallel universe, a smaller universe. Remember, as above, so below. This is you in the center. Now, if you guys want, you don't have to. But if you want to make this more intimate, you can even take like a piece of hair from yourself or whatever and put it in the center with the rose representing your essence. It already has your energy and your handwriting on it, so it's fine. But some people like to add a little bit of extra oomph because we believe that, you know, a link, a personal link like blood, hair, sweat, tears, anything, you know, from the physical body, nail clippings, you put in the center. This is usually like the ritual setup, like a picture or whatever. You'll put it in the center and you'll put the rose on top, and then you'll put the sugar around it on top of it, representing you being surrounded by sweetness, you being covered in sweetness. Ashe, 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 ashe. Now, if you want, this is the simple version of it. If you guys want to get fancy with it, you can put some roses. You guys can use all types of incense smells. You guys can put, what else? You could put oil inside. Like you can use any type of oil. Sometimes I like to use like my fast luck oil, or like I'll use like you know, attraction oil, whatever it is your intention is. You use the right oil for that. You could put some on the corners of the petition paper. You could put it in the candles, just a few drops, not a lot, because then you're going to drown the wick. Okay, so that's pretty much the ritual setup for the blood moon. This is the basic setup. You could get as fancy as you want to. You don't have to do a lot because, like I said, this energy is intense, so you don't want to drain yourself. It's going to be very draining. So that's why I said the least you do, the better, but just focus your mind and your intention, because this right here is more powerful than what it may seem. People may expect a whole elaborate ritual, but I'm telling you, when you do all of that you don't need to during this time, because you're going to drain yourself out. You're going to be tired all week. Trust me. Okay, been there, done that. So this is the ritual. We're going to get into the Q&A. So what you want to do is you can put this on to the side in the meantime. Let the candles burn itself out. Don't blow it out. Don't pinch it out. Just let it be. I'm going to flip around. Let me move this. Hold on. I don't want to set myself on fire. Okay. Hold on. Let me flip this around so I can see you guys. Ashe. And when you're done with it, when you're done with the ritual, like you can let it burn itself out. You can just go mind your business. Don't think about it. You know, give it about like an hour or whatever for the candles to burn down. Then when it's done, you can take the candles, you know, you can wrap it up. You can leave it by a tree, you know, pack everything in like a brown paper bag, put it by a tree somewhere in the woods or, you know, in a forest or a park, and you just leave it there, like leave a little bit of offerings for the spirit of the tree or whatever, and just ask that the spirits of the four winds, four directions receive your offerings, and may your wishes and your intentions be manifested as you see fit. You know, in God's name and the universe's power, whoever you believe in, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered. Ashe. Ashe. So let's get into the Q&A. What time is it? We spent about An hour. Okay, we are on time. All right, let's get into the Q&A. Excuse me. Let's get into the Q&A. Anybody have any questions? Closing the ritual, and of course, you always want to just give thanks to the spirit, and you want to open and you want to close. So when you close the ritual, you just give thanks. You bid the spirits farewell. You thank them for their time, and you just say, spirits, I send you on your way to do the bidding as I see fit. Thank you, and I send you on your way in love until I summon you next time. So you got to call them forward and send them on their way. But that's a traditional Native American way to do a ritual, is using the 4 points, the 4 directions, and putting yourself in the center. It's kind of like a pyramid if you look at it. Is it fine? I did it with you now because I definitely did. Yeah, that's fine. If you, like I said, look, if you want to do the ritual now, that's fine. You don't have to wait until tomorrow. It really depends on you. Like me, I like to build up the momentum. Some people like to work in the day. Some people like to work at night. Some people like to work when everybody's asleep. It really depends on you. Hold on. Palo Santo. Let me see. Natasha's World says, does the flower have to be real? Also, can it be a different red flower? Natasha's World, I would say that the flower should be real because you're using the element of earth. Remember, we're using the different spirits, like a spirit of fire, water, air, and earth. So we're using the spirit of earth. And flowers, the carnation itself is very powerful. It enhances the power of your spell. It gives it more energy. Because what happens is the less energy that you provide into the spell, then the spirit's going to drain from you. That's why I told you, I don't have to do too much, because if you do too much, physical labor doing the ritual, it's like you're draining. This lunar eclipse itself is drained. I don't know about y'all, but I've been taking it easy. I've been relaxing, just chilling, drinking lots of water. Oh, please drink a lot of water, you guys. Like this week, please just drink mad water. Because you're going to feel drained. You're going to feel dehydrated. You're going to feel tired. Queen Nzinga says, I bought a rose. Is that okay? Yes, beloved. Rose is fine. If it's a red rose, yes. The reason why I wanted y'all to use red is because red is the vibration of red itself is fast manifestation. Like when you use red, it represents speed, right? And we're trying to use this energy and this time because it's the red moon, the red blood moon. The wolf moon, dealing with going for what you want, going for your desires, right? The wolf is the hunter. The wolf goes for what they want. They don't wait for their prey to come to them. They go after it. So this is what this blood moon is saying. Like whatever you want, your wishes, go out, go get it. Go get it. Whatever you want, write those intentions down in present form as though you have it already and manifest. Light those candles and then just wait for it to happen. Will the link be available later? I came in late. Yes, and it will be available later. Yep, I'll leave it up for you because I know a lot of people had watching the football game right now. Some people had to work today. But like I said, that energy is going to be available tonight and tomorrow. So you can still do it tomorrow, Sen. Tomorrow is actually the total lunar eclipse. So it's going to be a full eclipse tomorrow. But some people who like to build up the energy like I do, like right now, it's a Cancer moon. So the Cancer moon is dealing with family, domestication, love, emotions, things like that. If you want to have more confidence, if you want to be more spiritual in tune, if you want to tap into your ancestors, your more maternal instincts, feminine side, you want to definitely use this Cancer moon energy. Tonight is going to shift into Leo. That Leo energy is more so about, confidence, popularity, power. Leos is more about like magnetism, the spotlight, whatever it is that you're trying to bring to the forefront. That's why I said a lot of people being exposed, people that's been lying, because Leo is all about, setting stage and center. Purple Moon Child says, can I do it again tomorrow? Yes, you can. Shakira Loco says, can you do multiple intentions and how many is too many? Yes, you could do multiple intentions, but make sure that they all kind of sync up together. Like make sure if they're multiple intentions, like you can, like let's say you wanna focus on love, money, career, health all together, that's fine because you're sweetening it up. You don't want to focus on repelling and attracting at the same time because you're confusing the spirits, like which one you want. So they may end up repelling what you really want and attracting what you don't want. So make sure that this intention is more so for attracting and sweetness. That's why we're using sugar. If we was using something to like repel or to send away, we would use like salt or sulfur or something like that for banishing, but that's not what we're doing. Tomorrow, the real fast says tomorrow at what time? You got to check the time zone. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You guys, resources. What you got to do, I would recommend, is you download the Moon app on your phone. It's free. And time passages. The Moon app and time passages. That's also in the link in the description to this video. Time passages, I don't know if it's available for like Google Play Store, but I know for the iPhones they got time passages, and you can put in your birthday and everything, and it pulls up like your natal chart, and it tells you your transits, it tells you what phase the moon is in, when the next retrograde and stuff like that. I love time passages. And also, if you haven't already, take the moon magic class so that way you guys can understand like what's your innate magical power. Knowing your moon sign tells you a lot about what type of magical caster you are, what are you naturally inclined at doing really well at as far as magic is. Some people really good at doing defensive magic. Some people's really good at doing healing. Some people's good at doing love spells. Some people's good at doing money spells. Some people's good at doing banishings and, you know, whatever. Like some people just really, they got a knack for it, but it really depends on like your moon sign, because your moon is who you really are at your core, your soul, your internal being. But that's a whole nother, that is more on that in the Moon Magic 101. And I put the link in the description for that. Let me see. Can you set more than one intention? Kyla says, yes, you can. Cleopatra says, I don't have an actual flower, but I have dried rose petals. Can you use that? Yes, you can. Amelia Phyllis says, I saw a red feather and a red flower this week while I'm going home. It was wonderful. Ashe. Yes. If you are a Leo, or, you know, you have a lot of Leo in your chart, I would definitely say that's going to be very, very powerful on you. I know, I think we shifted into the sign. Is it Aquarius today or tomorrow? I think Aquarius is tomorrow. Aquarius is being affected too. But like I said, all of the planets are direct right now. So it really doesn't matter like what planet is in your chart, you know, like how, what planet is dominant in your chart or whatever, because all planets are direct. So no matter if you know, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Aries, whatever, like that those planets are all direct. And this doesn't happen often. Like it takes years for all of the planets to be direct. I don't know when's the next time all the planets going to be direct again, but you want to utilize this energy for that, because there's literally no resistance, none whatsoever. Yes, you could create a witch jar, VK. She says, can I create a witch jar at this time? Yes, protection is fine. Okay, Ashe. What can you do with the materials after you're done? You wrap them all up in like put them all in like a bag, like a paper bag, rather than plastic, for like, you know, environmental purposes. So put it all like in a brown paper bag, wrap everything up, the candles, wax, paper, flour, put it all together. You know, if you could like tape it or just put like a rubber band, like just to wrap it, and then put it by a tree, you know what I'm saying, and leave it there. It'll be like, it's like you symbolizing you giving it as a gift to the spirits, because trees represents a portal from as above, so below, into the spirit realm. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. I know it's been over an hour now, and I told you guys it would be an hour, but I know you guys are busy and you guys probably have to, you know, get ready for work tomorrow, get ready for school, get the kids ready and everything. So I hope that I answer all of your questions. And thank you everybody for tuning into the blood moon ritual. Like I said, this ritual is powerful within itself, but it really just starts with your mind, setting your intentions, knowing that there is no limits. This is the time where you want to set big intentions. So don't do something like really small, like nickel and dime. Like you want to go big, you know, like get that big ass house, go for being a billionaire, like go for opening up multiple streams of income or businesses, like traveling the world, starting that family, getting married. Like don't look for a relationship. You know, don't do a spell for, oh, I want to find a man, I want to find a woman. No, I want to find a wife, I want to find a husband, I want to get married. You know, like go big, go all the way. Because that's what this blood moon is about. It's about like manifestation of big things, big goals, no resistance, miracles happening. So utilize all of that energy, all of the planets being direct, all of the solar energy, lunar energy combined. Whoa, it's a lot. And know how powerful this time is, okay, between like today and tomorrow. So you got time to think about it, write it down, and then set your intentions, meditate before doing a ritual, and then get into it. Okay, family? Ashe. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Much blessings on your magical journey, your spiritual journey. And also don't be afraid to ask your ancestors, may the spirits be sweet unto you. Because if you are destined to be a spirit worker, a healer, then you definitely want to build a sweet relationship with your spirits too. Let me put that out there. So, you know, this full moon energy is also about opening portals. So you can communicate with your ancestors, your spirit guides at this time. So be mindful of the dreams you have and ask that they come to you sweetly. May your ancestors be sweet unto you. Spirits be sweet unto you. Spirits of the four directions, four winds, four elements be sweet unto you. But all right, I'm losing my voice now. But anyway, family, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to get those resources. Don't forget to check out the classes that I recommended. If you guys haven't checked out my previous classes on spiritual defense and moon magic 101, I gotta go, family. I love you guys. Until next time, Kanja Queen signing out. Peace.